And we're back with another episode of Lakers Latest. I'm Gerald Glassford, the host of the Lakers Latest podcast, part of the Fan Arc Network. There's that logo right there looking at you. Please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe today to get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air with the latest Lakers Latest that gets uploaded to that channel, usually between 8 and 9 a.m. Pacific time. So go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe while you're here. It really helps out the channel. And then also, if you can, and if you're interested, please stop on by the Fan Arc Network. They've got a great main hub channel on YouTube. You just type in Fan Arc right there on a search. It comes right up. It's the main Fan Arc channel, which has, for as far as the Fan Arc channel, a ton of shows featuring a ton of teams that you need to check out today. So go ahead and make sure you do so, and you like and subscribe as well. Well, the Lakers riding high in a 9-game win streak. They had taken Houston by storm, taken 2 there. They had taken Florida, not 1 but 2 games, exceeded everyone's, including my expectations on the road trip. Everything looking great, playing golf on their off days, looking all chummy and happy, and everything's going great. Heading into the Motor City for a matchup on Monday night against the Detroit Pistons, Detroit basketball and all that. And I'll tell you what, Detroit brought a physical style, indeed. They brought a gritty physical style, even without Cade Cunningham. And one stat I think that goes without saying is that the Detroit Pistons are 8-2 without Cade Cunningham in the lineup. And Cade Cunningham is an MVP candidate. So, yeah, it just absolutely looked like the Pistons weren't going to roll over, even though the Lakers took an early first quarter lead. The second period handily went down to the Detroit Pistons, scoring, I believe, 45 points in that second quarter. But the Lakers, down by 15 in the first half, could have just easily rolled over and said, you know what, we've won 9 games in a row. We've already taken this road trip. We've got Indiana coming up. That should be hopefully an easy win. We're good. We're good. Nope. Lakers fought back. Give them credit for fighting back. And despite a very sloppy, very sloppy with 8+ turnovers in the fourth quarter alone, the Lakers still managed to come back and take a 1-point lead late into the game in clutch time. In the Lakers' clutch time, indeed, but also 8-2 without Cade Cunningham. The Detroit Pistons, while they're not first place, or the first or best record overall in clutch time, they're actually, I believe, 4th in the league in clutch time. So they're not too bad themselves. And they turned the ball over all game long to once two-way player, now regularly contracted player, Dennis Jenkins, to take over the game. And he had a really great game for himself. His quickness and athleticism in finding his spots in the offense really caused the Lakers a lot of issues. Getting to the line, or at least finding a spots in the mid-range, just absolutely could not get a handle on them. Of course, as well, with Marcus Smart being out of the lineup, Rui Hachimura being out of the lineup, that obviously impacted the game as well. And when it came right down to in the clutch moments and the final possessions, the Lakers, couple missed shots by Luka, including one with just at the buzzer that went awry. And then also as well, Dennis Jenkins on 3 straight possessions, either getting to the line or getting off a mid-range jumper that connected. And the Detroit Pistons, they get the win. Credit to them. They were gritty. They were very physical. They roughed up the Lakers. You could have made a lot more calls than what the Lakers got easily. But again, that's the style they play. That's a style reminiscent of what you might see in the playoffs. So the Lakers better get used to it. Unfortunately, they didn't come away with the victory, 113-110. I'm not mad. As I said on my other channel, I'm not mad about this about all, because the Lakers, if you'd have told me, Gerald, they're going to win 9 out of 10 games, I said, I'll take it. If they're going to go win, hopefully, 5 out of the 6 games on the road trip, I'll take it. Because remember, I said they would do great. I would be ecstatic if they went 4-2 and they took 2 games in Houston and they split 1 in Florida. Well, they got both in Florida and they got both in Houston. And I know we as Lakers fans are greedy. We love, when something we can have and we take even more than that. I love it. You guys are great on that. But hey, again, 9 out of 10. You've got three tanking teams that are on the schedule next, so you could pad the schedule once again. The Lakers are still in a great position in the Western Conference because, again, I know there's still 20 games above 500. They're exceeding many people's, including my expectations right now. So I'm happy. I'm happy because the fact that they are doing so well. Right now in the Western Conference, the Lakers are 11 games back in the Western Conference, 2 games ahead of the Denver Nuggets and Minnesota Timberwolves. They're 2.5 games ahead of Houston, who lost against Chicago. But also remember, since they own the tiebreaker over those three teams, in essence, they're another game up on each of those teams as well. So again, things are looking good. And right now, you can pretty much say they have. If you're still a believer, or if you're still interested in what the Pacific Division or the NBA divisions do, if they still really matter anymore, really. I mean, yeah, they kind of do still, but you know what I'm saying. As far as the relative value, it's more about what they're doing in the Western Conference as opposed to what they do in the Pacific Division. But I know that for tiebreakers concerns, it's helpful. But the Lakers are 6 games in front of the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference and in the Pacific Division. So I think at this point, with 10 games left to play, I can think they've got that pretty much sewn up. So again, I'm not too mad. A great performance. They could have just rolled over. They didn't. They charged back. They had a chance to win the game. They actually led in the fourth quarter, and they just didn't get it done in the clutch time, in the moments that matter the most. They're the best team out there in the NBA. They got it done in Orlando. They didn't get it done in Detroit. Dennis Jenkins, the larger picture of what Dennis Jenkins did is concerned because, again, going right at Austin Reeves or going right at guards, that really can't handle him, and without Marcus Smart in there, it would have probably been better if Marcus Smart was in there, obviously providing better defense against Dennis Jenkins. But yeah, those quick athletic guards will be a concern, and OKC has them, but also as well, of course, San Antonio has them. So if you have thoughts on the Lakers Detroit game, any concerns that were brought up as far as that for you as well? But again, great effort from them. And I do want to note as well, as far as from the scoring aspect of it, as far as the game is concerned. First off, I talk about bench scoring output all the time being important and more important for the Lakers. They didn't get a whole lot. They got 21 points off the bench, but 11 of those, give credit to where it's due. Jackson Hayes did give you 21 quality minutes tonight, 11 points, 4 block shots. Absolutely. For him, it was a really solid performance. 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Luke Kennard, 1 of 5 from 3 after the 13-point performance in Orlando. Kind of struggling again from the 3-point line. Jared Vanderbilt came off the bench. They dusted him off, and he was pretty ineffective on the offensive end. Only 4 points for him. But gave a lot of effort as far as on the defensive end. Good team defender again, like I've said before. 4 rebounds, 2 assists for him. But I'll talk about Aduthiero because they did try to give him a couple minutes in the first half with the absence of Marcus Smart. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, just wanted to go ahead and mention tough loss, yes, but I'm not too mad. Again, and if you guys are upset or you feel like I do, like I would take 9 out of 10. I'm happy with that. And again, they're going to win 4, maybe 5 games, most likely 5 games on the road trip. I'll take it. I'll take it. And if you guys are happy with that, where the Lakers are to where they were, or what could have happened had it gone wrong the other way on this road trip, please let us know your thoughts on that down below in the comments. We'd love to go ahead and hear your thoughts on that. But did want to mention as well, with the good news, double good news for Luka Doncic. Not only was his contract rescinded, but he was also named the Western Conference Player of the Week again for his performances on the road trip. So congratulations to him. He didn't have the greatest of games. Actually struggled from the field against Detroit. 11 to 25, 11 to 29, 3 of 13 from three. 32 points for him, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. So yeah, it wasn't quite the game that you wanted if he'd been a little bit more efficient, or maybe found somebody like Austin Reeves, who scored 24 points, who was a little bit more efficient than Luka Doncic was today. Maybe that would have been the difference. But again, sloppy play, very sloppy play in that fourth quarter. LeBron James, who had a donut in the first half for the first time, I think, since 2010. That was concerning, but he ended up almost with a triple double, 12, 9, and 10. But 4 turnovers for him, 3 turnovers each for Doncic and Reeves. And again, 8 turnovers in that fourth quarter, crucial as far as possessions that you're giving up. But that, again, could have made a difference. All it took was 2 possessions, and you could have gotten scores on, and it would have been something that maybe there was a difference in the game. So again, the Lakers lose 113 to 110. Lakers 46 and 26 on the season. Again, 9 out of 10. I will take it. And hopefully they'll finish off 5 out of 6 as we go and head towards Indiana next on the road trip, indeed. But I did want to also mention, before we head on out and before we get to your comments as well, Adu Thiero, who we've been talking about. Can he get some meaningful minutes at a meaningful point in the game? Well, he came in the second quarter and got 2 whole minutes out there, and it did not look good. I mean, you saw him out there being picked on because the rookie thing, I don't know, or just on the offensive end, he tried to show his athleticism, got it blocked when he probably should have passed out for an open 3-pointer to a player that was open. But yeah, I mean, you could see he was out there nervous. He wanted to go ahead and perform. He was excited. Obviously, he wanted to go ahead and excel, and unfortunately didn't show up as that. But again, he's only playing 2 minutes in the 71st game of the season, and one of his few chances that he's gotten in some meaningful minutes. And so I'm hoping that this won't put him back even further as far as the rest of the season. I know that's something we had talked about. I know Pinty and Craig and I have talked about that and discussed that in the comments. So I'm hoping that Thiero will get more of a chance going forward, because I know some people liked him. In fact, Isaac said MJ athleticism. I'm not willing to go that far. He has great athleticism, but when he tries to use it at the NBA level, I think he's coming to grips with the fact that there are bigger, taller individuals that have the same amount of athleticism as he does. So in the brief times I've seen him in meaningful competition at meaningful points of the game, he is run up against that because that's his game, is driving to the basket. So we will wait and see if he's going to be able to find his niche on the Lakers, and I'm really hoping that's the case, because I really want the kid to work out. Because again, I've mentioned all those second round draft choices and free agents that have made rosters that have made a bigger imprint than he has this season. But again, I do want him to succeed. I don't want this to be another failed draft choice for Rob Pelinka, especially the fact that he traded up twice to get this guy. So there's a little bit of pressure on him to succeed, and I hope he gets that opportunity. But again, with 3 games coming up against tanking teams, maybe they will give him more a look. And if you think they should, please let us know. Again, this is just first impressions. It's just 2 minutes out there. You should give him more of a look definitively before you make your final decisions as far as your thoughts and impressions on him. So absolutely, I'm still open to whatever he can do. So please, if you have any thoughts on Adu Thiero, should he get more time out there from JJ in some meaningful games and some meaningful times in a game, like in Indiana? Should he get time back in the second quarter for a 5-7 minute stint? Should he get time against Washington for another 5 to 7 minute stint? Brooklyn, should he get enough time, a 5 to 7 minute stint in the first quarter or in the second quarter against those guys? Let me know your thoughts on Adu Thiero right down below in the comments indeed. But speaking of the comments, always love to hear from you guys out there. Got a few I get to go over before we head on out. I wanted to go ahead and mention for tonight's game, Pinty had said we should have rested everybody. Luke up bad game, no defense against Dennis Jenkins. Kennard 1 of 5 on three. From three. So all I can say is Pinty, again, with all that she said, the Lakers still had a chance to win the game, and it would have been great if they did. But 9 out of 10, I will definitely take that. But always great to hear from you. Also wanted to mention that Aliyah, he said he loves Austin because I wrote an article and I talked about it on this show. What I thought some of the Lakers' biggest issues, and my first one was on what do you do with Austin Reeves going forward and the kind of decision that you make. Aliyah said, I love Austin, and I have his jersey, and I'm a huge Laker fan. But a 5-year max contract for a 20-year-old with no accomplishments is crazy. 3 years, $100 million is fair. And again, that's the number you have. It's the number that you think is fair. Do I think at this point that he'll probably sign for more? Yeah, from the Lakers or another team at this point. But again, how much I think will be determined by his performance in the playoffs. And should you sign him for that amount? That's also another question you guys should be asking. So definitely want to hear your thoughts on Austin Reeves. But again, you saw the good and bad of Austin Reeves as far as obviously what he did on the offensive end and then what happened to him on the defensive end with Dennis Jenkins pointing him out and going at him on some of those final positions. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Austin Reeves as well. But appreciate Aliyah as well for putting in that comment. And then before we head on out, I've got also the guys that are right here as far as Craig, my man, what's going on? He said Lakers have a chance to sweep in a road trip, but unfortunately they didn't. Luka was lucky that the league gave him another chance. Yes, I don't think he'll get another chance. I think if he gets another T, it's going to stick. Detroit is still a tough place to play, even without Cade. Yes, 8-2 without Cade for this season. So that's a pretty dang impressive record right there. Lakers needed that off day, yes, to play a lot of golf, and they'll probably find a golf course in Indiana here very shortly over the next few hours as you're watching this, or probably while you're watching this on YouTube, they're probably going ahead and hitting the golf course at that time. But Kennard, Rui, Jake, and Hayes need to produce off the bench. Well, you got it from Hayes. But Kennard, Rui was out with an injury. He's day to day. Marcus Smart is listed as day to day going forward. So I don't know if they are going to play against the tanking teams that we're going to be seeing over the next few days. And Jake LaRavia, it's just been disappointing since the turn of the calendar. I think I want to go with that a little bit tomorrow on tomorrow's show as far as Jake LaRavia is concerned. So as far as your thoughts on him. So again, I will save that for tomorrow in a larger detail as far as it's concerned. But Craig said, let's get Jake back on track to scoring at least 10 points a game. Yeah, he only got 7 in a starting role, starting for Marcus Smart. And yeah, it's not quite like what we were seeing at the beginning of the season. JJ now running good inbounds plays. I don't know if it was Gary St. Jean or Greg St. Jean actually giving him the inbound plays that worked for this last play in Detroit, which had the ball that was almost knocked away. LeBron inbounded it, and with LeBron inbounding, it's an adventure. But it did get to Luka, but unfortunately he missed the very contested long three. That was not a very good shot. I didn't have a very good look at it. But again, for what you could say, you can't fault what happened in Orlando. Just great call by St. Jean and great call by JJ following St. Jean's advice on that. So yeah, absolutely. Again, 9 out of 10, 4 out of 5 so far on the road trip. I'll take that every single time. Roger said, finally, how are we feeling? I'm feeling still pretty darn good indeed. Big shout out to Roger on that as well. And thanks again to Isaac, Aliyah, Craig, Pinty, and Roger for their comments. If you want to go ahead and share your thoughts, comments, questions, what have you, please go ahead and put it down below. I'd love to hear from you. But again, thank you so much for watching, listening. Truly appreciate it. It's Gerald Glassford right here for Lakers Latest. Please support my friends at the Fan Arc Network with a like and subscribe, and don't forget to do the same for us right here at Lakers Latest. Thanks so much again for watching, and here's hoping you have yourself a great day.